Andy Pants here with Swirlydoos today to talk about the Viva Inka-Gold. We've gotten a couple different colors in our kits, and there have been some questions on the forums, so I figured that I would go ahead and go over this wonderful little stuff with you today. This product is similar to Rub and Buff. If you've ever used Rub and Buff, this is just a nicer, less liquidy alternative. It is a beeswax mixture mixed with pigment, and here we have the copper and we have the gold, but it's all called Inka-Gold. They've started coming in these nice little pots that have a protective film over them that covers these 3 air holes. But what I'm going to use when doing my demonstration is this little pot that's already open today. Now, to use your Inka-Gold in the little pots, what you're going to want to do is, I live in Michigan, so mine's nice and moist, so I can just push on this little piece here and it pops up out of the air holes. But some ladies have had a really hard time with that, so what I've done is just take a stylus and poke a small stylus into the air hole and just pull, and that piece comes right out. And you can go ahead and use your Inka-Gold. Now, because this is beeswax, it will dry out. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you have a moist baby wipe in there. And actually, these little air holes are nice because you could just put your little baby wipe right on top of here, and it'll keep the whole thing nice and moist. So a couple ideas of how to use this stuff today. You can use this on fabric. Here I have just a little flower, and you can see where I've already used some just to highlight, but I'm going to show you what I did. Oh, let's go ahead and use the gold. And you just take your finger and you rub it until your finger's nice and coated. And then you just rub it on the flower just to highlight the areas that you would like highlighted. Maybe some extra on the edges. And you kind of just want to hit the highlights. And it just gives you a gold accent. Or copper in this case. Another idea is to use it on resin pieces. Now, this is a piece of Melissa Francis resin that I got out of her, I call it a junk bin because they're all broken pieces. So I'm just going to show you how to use a little Inka-Gold on this today. And you can color this first, if you would like, with an acrylic paint. But by using this Inka-Gold, you just go over the highlights, and it helps to accentuate any sort of texture that you have. And so now I have a little chunk here that is white with some gold on it. And you can even mix the colors up. Since I already have copper on this finger from a little bit earlier, and see, I can even tell just from using the gold and the copper, my gold is starting to feel a little bit dried out, so I'll just go ahead and put a baby wipe in that when I'm done today. And I think this would look really awesome if you maybe took and started with some Tim Holtz pewter distress stain and then topped it with the gold and or the copper. See, now we have a multi-metallic finish to this. Is that picking up? There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. So another technique of using this stuff, actually I did this with Rub and Buff before. Let me get you in focus. Okay, so I've just taken here and used some plain old white modeling paste onto a piece of cardstock here. And now I'm going to take some spray. I'm going to be using Tattered Ink. And you just want to go ahead and dry that. And what that does is now that glimmer mist has sunk into those crevices. So now we're going to go over this with the Inka-Gold. And I'm going to do this one in gold in order to get a good enough contrast. So again, just wipe your finger. Ooh, it is kind of getting dry. And then you just rub over the top in order to get those ridges and those highlights. And a better example of this was kind of quick. I dried the modeling paste with my heat gun. Normally I let it air dry, and also this is a flexible modeling paste. I usually use the harder one. But here on my canvas, you can see right there. Let me see if I can get it to focus. You can see that I've done the modeling paste followed by some acrylic paint, topped with some glimmer mist in denim, and then I used Rub and Buff, but Inka-Gold will work exactly the same. And there in the corner, the same thing. So you can see how when you take your time and let things dry properly, it just really gives you a highlighted effect. And there on the tops of this flower. So go ahead and give your Inka-Golds a try. You can pick it up at Joann's, or you can pick it up at some online stores. But this stuff just adds that little bit of extra pizzazz and that little bit of extra texture that you're looking for on your pages and on your multimedia layouts. Thanks for watching.